It's the Date Master, and yes, we're back again with another video. You come in, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell. We're going to get into this Austin Holloman, I guess you would call the general and the leader, one of the leaders of the Passport Bros movement. This is not a hit piece on him, but we're going to use this situation to make some observation and identify some very critical issues that black men are facing, not just in the West, but in the world. When this whole situation broke, he voiced his grievances, which again, you get on TikTok, Instagram, you see women, endless women talking about men are not nothing. You have the likes of Cynthia G on YouTube. And yes, I'm blowing the whistle. You have the likes of Cynthia G that can get on YouTube and make videos talking about aborting all black male babies. No flags. Her channel has not been demonetized. Her channel has not been taken down. Yet you have a young black successful man traveling abroad to get a better dating experience, to have a more relaxed way of life when it comes to the women, the freedoms, from an economic standpoint. A lot of things that men want to enjoy has been met with resistance from women and men, and now a Brazilian feminist. So there are some deep-rooted issues. Again, ask yourself, how many positive male movements are there? How often have men tried to galvanize and bring forth change because of the treatment that they receive? And this is just not for black men. This is men in general in the West. They deem it toxic masculinity. They deem it bad. They passport pros this. You don't have money. You on child support. All of the shaming tactics, right? But in this case, you had this man getting death threats from this Brazilian feminist. She's trying to put a battery in the backs of the Brazilian government, the Brazilian male populace, trying to demonize a black man from inspiring other black men to expand their horizons. Yet, don't white men from Europe and other places around the world go to this same area for the exact same thing she's accusing him of doing? See, we get I've done videos in the past and I said the black man is America's favorite fall guy. From the deadbeat father. When we look at history, we know the white man was the first deadbeat father, hence the mulatto mixed baby, which was able to work in the house, right? Right? Didn't they have certain cases that prevented black and white marriage? Now you got the Passport Bros. We didn't start this movement. We elevated in the workforce and in business and entrepreneurship, and we came across white men who were speaking about traveling and living abroad. So all of a sudden, the Passport Bros is the face of sexualizing their culture and their women, when white men have been doing it since the beginning of time, since before it was actually a country. But you have not said anything about that. But speaking about the men in this space who had all of these critiques, and I've just been sitting back and watching and listening, how these men, it's always a I told you so. I tried to give them some game. I tried to warn them. We're past that. This man has received death threats, but yet you have YouTubers trying to make hit pieces for clicks and views just to say that they told him so. But yet they're not supporting and going against this Brazilian feminist who is openly and vocally made a death threat on this man's life, or wished death upon this man's life. Where is that outrage? She said she hopes this gringo gets a bullet in his head. This is what she said. Yet you have the YouTubers coming on the space talking about I told you so. Because they're the all-knowing and all-wise, right? They know every damn thing, right? They know everything, but yet how are they executing the knowledge in which they know, the power in which they claim to have? It's always I told you so, mama. When a black man fails or make a mistake, it's always I told you so. It's never the support to rally behind him. Even in the event that he gets death threats, it's I told you so. Oh, he's on the run. Oh, he's on the run. We're past that. It's always critique and not support. It's that I told you so. He didn't have game. He was doing this. Okay, this man is 23. You can't expect him to have all of the knowledge and wisdom. So if he make a mistake or make mistakes, there should be more support than criticism. And I told you so's. But this is the mindset that a lot of us have programmed into us. Now, to get into the deeper issue, the reason why this Brazilian feminist is trying to demonize the passport bros, because a lot of them are black. It is because the Western indoctrination that black men cannot be above a certain standard. They should not have certain liberties that the white men that they praise should have. You notice that white men have been. Notice she only included Austin Hollerman in the passport bro gang or movement, but white men and European men have been coming to Carnival and all of these other places in Brazil for years. Yet the passport bros movement is, I would say, 5 years old at best. At best, 5 years. And she can openly say she's going to send this to the competent authorities. Trying to put a stronghold or a chain around the black man's neck to not come and dominate the land, which is already dominated because Brazilian has one of the, if not the largest black populace in the world. So why is this? I'll tell you why. The American black man has all of the things that most women will find desirable. They have the look, they have the charisma, the charm, the economic status, the influence. When you look at celebrity, you look at culture, from music to sports to fashion. We influence the world. So having all of that and the ability and the mindset to travel abroad and plant flags in new land, that is a threat to white supremacy across the globe. Because I believe there's a picture of her with a white male, right? See, it's okay if she can put Austin Hollerman on blast, but we can't put her on blast, can we? The black man has a chain around his neck in which society and the world does not want to relinquish, because if they do, they know we will rise to power and prominence. They know we will rise to the top. So they're going to have every agenda, every movement that we try to get going by way of social media awareness and YouTube and vlogging, etc. It will be demonized, because they want to neutralize it before it gains any maximum exposure and momentum. But in this case, the cat is out of the bag. It is too late. If we don't go to Brazil, we're going to go to Thailand. If we don't go to Thailand, we're going to go wherever we can and wherever we want to go. And we're going to cultivate that space. And they know this. The fear of the real fear of a black planet is very, very real. The fear of a black planet. So she's speaking from a white man's perspective. So she's making these statements and putting on this campaign to charge up the Brazilian men to look at every black man that comes into their land as a threat. She's trying to make the government aware of a social crime when all he did was ask certain questions. But she's trying to paint it as if he's saying Brazilian women are easy and objects, when look at the Carnival. Look at how they present themselves. They know they have the beauty. That's not a bad thing to acknowledge their own beauty and femininity. So this is what we're facing. They do not want black men off of the chain. The government is, again, just pay attention to how it will play out. They're going to have certain restrictions on traveling to these places because you're the gold. The black man is the gold and the nuts and bolts of the world turning, and especially in the West. If the black men are not procreating with the black women, how are they going to fill prisons? Because they have already incentivized the war between the black man and the black woman. So if the black man awakens and no longer wants to deal with the black woman and he seeks women abroad, how are they going to fill the prisons? How are they going to give the low level paying jobs? How are they going to harvest organs, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera? I can keep going. So instead of the critique and the criticism against what he did and what he exposed, why is the vitriol not to this woman who is making and hoping death upon this man? It's the crabs in the barrel mentality that we have. And it's always, and I'm going to say it, it's black YouTubers. Just look at the top YouTubers and ask how many beefs have they been in. If you were to interview the top 10 black YouTubers in the last 10 years, from Tommy Sotomayor, Kevin Samuels, AMS, Minister Jap, and so on and so on and so on. Ask them how many beefs have they had on YouTube. And then go and ask the top white YouTubers, how many beefs have you had with people of your own race? We have to get out of that mindset. It's this crabs in a barrel mentality that is going to keep us stagnant, because everyone always want to be right, but no one wants to support. Everyone is right, but no one is supporting. It's only critiques. Even when this woman is opening up a campaign to make black men a threat that want to travel into the land of Brazil. It is very pathetic. It is pathetic. But Godspeed to Austin. I hope he's safe. I hope he's learned his lesson again. You have to understand the politics and the codes of the land in which we travel, of course. But this man's life should not be in danger because of a Brazilian feminist and how she feels about his videos and content. But you guys let me know what you think about this video and this whole situation. Like, comment, subscribe. It's the Date Master.